I was a failure. I knew the moment I failed my first math quiz way back in my freshman year in high school, here in this very university, that I'll be that one student who will be labeled as a below average. In fact, I didn't excel in most of my classes. It was like there was some thin string tangled around my foot, as if clipping me to the ground, not wanting me to rise and move up, even an inch from where I was. And I didn't know how to cut that string, so I sucked on it and spent most of my years accepting that horrible belief that there's only so much I could do. There's only so much I could reach within my foot stuck on the ground by that stupid string. I was lagging behind every subject, had major downfalls on my senior year in high school, up until just recently, in my college years, when I had to switch courses, just because I thought I merely chose the wrong one. But whichever road I took, I was not going anywhere, but the exact same place. Believe me when I say that I dared to just give it a rest. I really did. Everybody else were moving far from where they began, but in my case, I felt like time froze me up, in a place where I would be left behind. I started questioning God, as vulgar as it may seem. I had a talk with him. I laid out all my issues, kneeled, and said, God, why do you hate me so? Why won't you let me move? I had so much doubts on myself that I made the most dangerous decision. I decided to lay my armors down. At some point of time, I reached a moment where I accepted defeat. I thought that fighting battles which are too difficult for me is impossible to overcome. I knew I did my best because I tried. Every day I would attend my class. My parents giving me hugs and kisses, which are supposed to be my armors and weapons. But I would leave them at the front door and fight another day with nothing but my bare self in the classroom. I had lost every motivation I have, and it seemed like I'm not getting any more soon. I still remember, it was my third year of being an irregular psychology student. Time and space was consistent on me as it always have been, when my parents, who have now separated, tried to reach out. But out of fear of being rejected by me, they would save a few steps away when speaking, and it felt the whole country was in between of us. I was so preoccupied on just merely surviving the day that I didn't know that gravity was not only pulling me away from a potential future, but also from my present, which is my family and friends. I was not only wearing my armors down, but also the love and support of my family. I was not only wearing my armors down, but also the love and support of those who are believing in me when I couldn't believe in myself. It was then God's answer came. I decided to try again. Little by little, one step at a time, I picked up my swords and fought with might to finish the day, and I found myself regaining my posture. I removed a huge portion of beliefs from myself that set me back from giving my best, which is denying my potential. I viewed myself as a handicapped person solely because I was failing, but what I didn't know was that these failures that I suffered was actually a rope that would help me climb up higher from where I was. But I jolted from my position. I hesitated once again. I knew that the string from my foot would only pull me back down again. But to my surprise, they weren't there. No tangled strings were on my foot, for God turned them into ropes. He made the tangled strings on my foot so long, they became my own rope to climb up. It was only then that I realized that the strings were only myself. I was the one who kept pulling myself down and tangling myself on the ground. It was none other than myself who prohibited me from giving my best potential. I made an enemy out of myself because of my failures. I treated them as my arch nemesis when in reality, they were my guardian angels. God was so wise when he told us to love our enemies. And for 20 years, I thought that what he meant by that is to love those who hurt us, for it would make us a better person. And that is becoming the best that we can be, for when we become the best versions of ourselves, we offer the best to the people that will be our partners, co-workers, to our careers in the future, to our parents, to our friends, to God. Always remember that no professor or theoretical concept would ever teach us to be more human than our own experiences. We must value them, make it part of our entirety, and let it serve us like a kite, which soars higher the more the string is pulled down. I was a failure. You were all failures once. Were. I was a failure. You were all failures once. Were. But tonight, we will walk out of this theater with a degree under our names and your parents and friends smiling somewhere in this theater. And if that isn't success, I do not know what is. Laus Deo Semper.